The Joel, 3rd chapter, his sentencing is near. That's why the Lord said, I sit in the valley of decision, man. You know, he sit the judge in that day. He already been found guilty from way back. It's like when you be found guilty, you got to come back and get your sentencing. You know, the sentencing of death or life, but they gonna get sentenced to death. Death by thermonuclear destruction.
That's right. I got this one, Luke 21:19, and your patience possess ye your souls. You know, so that word patience goes back to suffering. So when you suffer, you control yourself, endure it. You know,
be strong.
Be strong, man.
So I remember, real quick, I remember me and the brother Ibatazar, you remember you came down and we was all doing like quick hits and right in front of the apartment. I had brought out about being strong, and it's the law. I'm going to read that real quick. Joshua chapter 1, verse 9. Have I not commanded thee? Be strong and of good courage. Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed, for Yahweh thy power is with thee whithersoever thou goest. And that's a very important commandment, to be strong and to hold tight. Be patient, like the brother read. Hold tight, because our time is coming. Don't be like Esau and I'm going to die if I don't get a piece of meat right now. You ain't even got to cook it. Don't be like that. Be patient. Suffer through that hunger. Suffer through that lust. Suffer. Wait patiently on Yahweh Shai.
Jeremiah 10:25, start 24. O Yahweh, correct me with judgment, meaning justice, not in thine anger, lest thou bring me to nothing. Pour out thy fury upon the heathen that know thee not, and upon the families that call not on thy name.
That's right.
For they have eaten up Jacob and devoured him and consumed him, and have made his habitation desolate. So they don't call on the name. That name Yahweh Shai. The Lord tells you in Matthew 10 chapter, I think around 36, he says, he that confesses me openly among men, I'm going to confess you for the Father. And vice versa, he that does not, he's not going to confess you for the Father.
That's right.
So we in trying times, man. We at war too, man. You know, when you're at war, you have to constantly train, man. This is our training. So when that day comes, you can remember these scriptures and stay in your mind, and you know certain situations. You might be in the wilderness and you hungry. You might not have been ate for a whole week, and then you walk up on like a dead buzzard. You can't eat buzzard. The scriptures. You might walk up on a dead fucking hog and meat already cooked, smelling good. You can't eat it.
Yeah, with seasoning on it.
Yeah. So you might have to. You're gonna have to. You're gonna have to bypass that. You might have to go. That's why I say it's always good. Go on the internet and find out what flowers or that you can eat in the forest, man.
Sure.
What edible flowers, man.
You can eat cactus, man, like the tuna. The little red fruit that grows on top of it. It has a lot of seeds on it, but you can eat it. All right? You can eat mesquite beans if you're over here in this part of the area, but you know what I'm saying? There's different things that you can eat that will help you, man.
That's right.
You know?
You don't always have to fill your belly. Sometimes abstain. Sometimes, eat a sandwich, but you ain't got to put all the trimmings on it. And just understand that, hey, in that day I might not have cheese, might not have pickles. You know? So just get your mind in that state of understanding that, hey, this ain't all about luxury, living in the lap of luxury. Understanding, hey, sometimes I need to walk just to figure out, if I got to go a different way, just so I'll know, just so I can see the city in a different manner than just how I am driving all over the place,
This is 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 8. It says, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour, whom resist steadfast in the faith, knowing that the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world. But the Most High of all grace, who hath called us unto his eternal glory by Yahushua Mashiach, after you have suffered a while, make you perfect, establish, strengthen, settle you. And that's what we're enduring. We're going through all these temptations, and what Esau tries to offer, tries to sway us, seduce us with the convenience, like the brother's talking about. Right now, we got access to water, we got access to all these different diverse foods and fruits and things of that nature. But it's gonna come upon a time when we're not, you know. But that's part of that testing. So when it's all taken away, we're gonna have to depend on our faith in the land, man. Ultimately, Yahweh Shai is gonna guide us through these things. And like I said, that the same afflictions are accomplished in your brother. We're all gonna go through them, just like we're all going through the sufferings right now. But the elect, whoever they are gonna possess their souls in those in these times, man. We're going to possess our souls in these times. Lord willing, I'm part of that number. But at the end, Yahweh Shai is gonna make you perfect, because you suffered a little while. It tells you that in Acts 14 and 22, that we have to confirm it amongst the disciples that we must go through much affliction to inherit the kingdom of the Most High. But right now, we're having to rehearse everything. We're going through trial, we stumble, we fall, you know. But a righteous man rises up with the king, you know. So everything, that's why it's better to be on this side, man, because this side is where you have hope. When you're outside of this, there ain't no hope for you, man. It's in vain. And all you have to have waiting for you is either fire, or an animal's you're gonna be inside an animal's belly, you know. Or you're gonna be in another a human being's belly, man. Over here, you have some form of hope, coverage in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Because that siege is coming, man. That purge, the destructions.
As I talked about earlier, you're gonna have to have that boldness in that day. You can't be a weak person. You can't be walking around weak because you didn't have pickles and cheese on the sandwich. Now you want to tear the whole house apart. Because you don't have A1 steak sauce for your steak, you feel like, I can't even eat this, right? Because you don't have all your favorite seasonings to cook your chicken, you like, well, I guess I'm just going to go to the store and get something, you know? Right? You have to have that boldness so you can stand firm. That boldness will be built up in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, but you're going to have to turn away from some of your lust.
And that's how it was real quick during the time in the wilderness for 40 years, man. That's what they were complaining about. Mm-hmm. You know, when the Lord provided them that manna, that means what is this? You know, that's what they were saying. You know, they wanted to go back to Egypt.
That's right.
You know, instead of remembering the miracles that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai done for them, and that He promised them a promised land, a land filled that was with milk and honey. They wanted to go back to their vomit, man, like a dog returns to his vomit. So the Lord ain't looking for those men. The Lord's looking for the men that are going to stand in great boldness as a lion before the face of his enemies, even in the face of death. The Bible describes that as being Esau, man.
I got a quick precept for you. 1 John chapter 4, I'm going to start at verse 13. Hereby we know that we dwell in him, and he in us, because he hath given us of his spirit. And the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, the spirit of Yahweh Shai, was in direct opposition to the spirit of Satan. Satan was the one that wanted it all, that had to have it all, and they couldn't resist, and couldn't turn away. Yahweh Shai has that spirit of understanding that, hey, we're going to do it in the time that the Most High appointed it. Right? Verse 14. And we have seen and do testify that the Father sent the Son to be the Savior of the world. And we understand what that word world means right there. Whosoever shall confess that Yahweh Shai is the Son of the Most High dwelleth in him, and he in the Most High. And we have known and believed the love that the Most High hath, that the Most High has to us. The Most High is love. And he that dwell in love dwelleth in the Most High, and the Most High in him. Herein is our love made perfect, that we may have boldness in that day of judgment, because as he is, so are we. So I just wanted to bring that out because, hey, we have to be like Yahweh Shai. We have to be like that example. When Satan comes to tempt you with the world, You have to turn away from it. And if you enter the scriptures, you'll be just like Yahushua was. He fought Satan off with the precepts, with the scriptures. And just like the brother brought out, that dead buzzard's going to be sitting there, and you're going to fight that off using the precepts. You're going to fight off eating that pork using the precepts. Because you have the understanding and the will of the Most High to persevere to that next stage. Well, I ain't eating that. I'd rather die than eat that. And the Most High sees that, and He's going to bless you. You just got to keep fighting and keep pushing.
I got Proverbs 30:8. It says, or verse 7, it says, 2 things have I required of thee, deny me thou not before I die. Mm-hmm. Remove far from me vanity and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with food convenient for me.
Food convenient for me. Food that's good for me. Knowledge that's good for me. Wisdom that's good for me. Understanding, like the brother said, that's what we want from the Most High. We're not out here like scoundrels and eating anything, reading anything, taking in anything. We want the truth. We want the good food, the lawful food.
It says, lest I be fool and deny thee, and say, who is the Lord? Or lest I be poor and steal, and take the name of the Most High, Yahweh, in vain.
And by eating that unlawful food, hey, you going off. You going off. You succumbing to the wiles of the devil. You succumbing to weakness. But the scripture said, stand bold in that day. Put on that armor. As it talks about in Ephesians 6. Put on that armor. You want to go ahead and get that? We'll kind of wrap it up on that, unless brothers want to keep going.
Okay.
Put on that armor. Fight. Figure out a way to fight. Never give up. Always understand that, hey, there is an option to make it. If you're not dead, then you can still go. You can still keep going. You might get knocked down. You might get beat up. You might get dragged through the mud. But if you can get up, you can keep fighting. And that's all you need to do.
And like Paul went through all that hell, man. He said, he'd been stoned, shipwrecked. Mm-hmm. He died, he came back. He went through all that stuff with his kinsmen and all that. Mm-hmm. But he still continued towards that goal.
That's right.
He was running that race and he didn't give up. He stayed focused, kept his eyes single.
That's right.
Ephesians 6:10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord Yahweh Shai, and in the power of His might.
It says be strong, and that's a commandment. That's not just a suggestion. That's not something that might be good for you. As we read in Joshua chapter 1, and I believe it's in Deuteronomy, I forget what chapter. That's a commandment. Be strong. Don't start succumbing to these thoughts of
Joshua 1 and 8.
1 and 9. Yeah. Don't start succumbing to these thoughts of I ain't got to do 3 videos. I do as many as I want. Don't succumb to those thoughts. Fight. Challenge yourself to get out on the highways and byways, to put up as many videos as you can. And like Apostle Tahar talked about, if you found that badass woman that you always wanted, you're going to be smashing her day in and day out. Who is that woman? That woman is wisdom, as it talks about all over the scriptures. That's wisdom. The Greek word for wisdom is Sophia. And that's why a lot of people get caught up in the fact that, the Most High has a woman and Adam was given a sex. All that is BS. That woman in the scriptures is wisdom. Seek after that wisdom. Hold on to that wisdom tight like you hold on to that woman when you walk through the movies or through the mall. You holding her hand tight. Because other men are looking at her, watching her, staring at her. Hold on to her tight.
Having that godly jealousy.
Mm-hmm.
Like you gotta.
That's right.
Keep your eyes being circumspect.
That's right.
Being watchful.
Can't nobody take this woman.
I gotta take it.
That's right.
Y'all edified the next part of the scripture. It says, verse 11, put on the whole armor of the Most High. And it says put on, that's a sense of urgency, man. Or demanding immediate action. Like you just said, when you got your girl, it's a sense of urgency that you hold her tight, because them other dogs out there, man, you know what I'm saying?
They're trying to figure out ways to separate you from that woman.
And that's Satan, them demons.
Exactly. That's exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
But you got to hold on to her tight. and you doing everything you can. You massaging her back, you smashing her, all day, every day. You letting her know that you love her. You got the rings and the necklaces. You showing up with all them gifts and all that. That's how you got to be with this truth, as the apostles talked about, and more importantly, as the scriptures talk about.
It says that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil.
That's right. You got to stand against the wiles of the devil. I'm going to use that analogy again. You walking through the mall with your woman, the devils are in there trying to take her. Same way you feel about her, they want it. They want that same thing that you got. But you got to take to her, hold fast to her, so that you can keep it. Always deal with it so you can keep it. So wisdom will constantly be dealing with you, constantly be dealing with your spirit, constantly help you fight off the madness that's going on around you.
Like in battle, when you're in a battle, when you're in them trenches, man, when you're going against the enemy, it's very important that you hold your position. Because if you just give up and leave your position, then that allows the enemy a way to come through to destroy the rest of the camp.
That's right.
So it's real in battle. It's real important that you always hold your position, man. Right. Go down to the last end. If you die holding your position, hey, you die with honor.
That's right.
That's how they do it. Just like when 300, when they all went out to fight, half them dudes, and their whole mindset was, I hope they bring just my shield back. They let you know you're gonna be honored.
Right.
So we got to look at it the same way, man. Put on this whole armor, meaning this knowledge, and stay to it, man. To the end, hold that faith, man. So you'll be honored in the end, like 2nd Ezra tell you from 42 on down. So you can be standing in front of the man who's taller in stature than the rest, who had crowns for the one who confessed his name and stood stiffly in this time, man.
Right.
This is Hebrews 2:1. Therefore, we ought to give the more earnest heed to the things which we have heard, lest at any time we should let them slip.
You let them slip. If you don't deal with that woman, if you don't constantly build with that woman, then it's going to slip away. The love and the connection is going to slip away. You're going to go to work one day and you're going to come home and it ain't going to be there no more. You're going to be scrounging around trying to find it. But the one thing that's going to be coming into your mind is, damn, I should have took care of that wisdom when I had it. Because now it's hard to find. Now the brothers don't want to deal with it. Because I'm fighting against the order of putting up videos, for example. I'm not coming to camp at all. I'm finding all kind of excuses to not come to camp. Now I got to scrounge around and try to find this wisdom.
It says, for if the word spoken by angels was steadfast, and every transgression and disobedience received a just recompense and reward, how shall we escape if we neglect so great salvation?
If you neglect, then you ain't going to make it. So instead of fighting against the order, I keep using that as an example. Instead of fighting against the order, go with it. See what happens. Go with it. What's the worst thing that's happened? You putting up videos. What is the worst thing that's going on in your life? You flooding your channel with videos. Instead of running your mouth about not doing it, you could have already did 2 videos right there. In the time you complaining that you don't have to, you don't want to, that's 2 videos of some precepts that you had in your mind, since you've been in the truth. Everybody got them 2 or 3 precepts that they always think about. You could have did them precepts and be on your way with 2 videos,
I'm going to finish the last few. Ephesians 6:12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world.
Mm-hmm. The thing that you're fighting with is not the apostles of Great Millstone. That's not what you're fighting against. You're fighting against the spirit of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, wanting to push you further, wanting to get you in the spirit. Not just in the spirit, but on fire in the spirit. Not just coming to camp, but coming to camp with that fervent spirit to, man, if I get up there, I'm going to bring out this lesson I had. I'm going to talk about this. I'm going to do this. Man, if I get up, my chance to get up there, I'm speaking. Or, hey, I know I'm not a speaker yet, but if I get up there, I got all these precepts I've been working on, man, I'm going to try to get it. Or if I'm holding this sign, I'm going to hold it with power. people walking by, I'm going to let them see that sign. I'm not going to be holding it down here, holding it upside down, leaning up on your leg. I'm going to hold this sign high. That's the spirit that you need to be in. But if you fighting against it, then that lust is going to take you over. And you're going to be constantly having complaints about, man, I don't want to go to camp. I think I'm just going to go to my old lady crib. And you lying to the brothers talking about you had to work that night. You know? You got to fight that off.
If you see somebody that know your mama and them, don't hold the sign up in front of your face.
Yeah,
hold
yeah.
it high.
Yeah, God. That's right.
It says, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all, to stand.
To stand. Take that armor. Put it on. Don't just have the armor at the house, sitting in a closet somewhere. Put it on. Put it on so it can be there when you need it. Not you gotta go scrounge around and try to find it. Put it on. Walk with it. Keep it on. Let these people see that light shining within you.
Stand therefore, having your loins girded about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness.
Breastplate of righteousness. Put on that the law of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai and the faith. Put that on and work with it. Let it build you up.
Done. And that girding their loins with that spiritual belt, like you said, that spiritual belt of knowledge of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. Which the grace he gave us with divine influence of the mind to think upon him, man. You know?
With that, I got anything else? We want to close it up by saying all praise to Yahweh
Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Ba'ashem Rakak Wadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessing to the elect. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.